get with a guy if he cannot financially take care of all of your bills, your hair done, no point in even being with him.
Take a girl on a simple date and then a couple days later, Venmo her or Cash App her, like the difference.
You chose every man that has hurt you.
And if you think like this, you're a part of my problem. That is how prostitutes think.
But you're also competing with a 21-year-old barista.
That's nobody's fault but yours. You can't get on here keep complaining about the dating pool being terrible when you've only dated within this one marginalized group of men.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
3 types of women you should avoid. Miss Critical. If she finds flaws in every little thing, like the wine you buy, the way you drive, the movie you pick, you're in for a lifetime of misery. The avoidant. If she pulls back when you show affection and only shows affection when you pull back, get off the seesaw. The drama queen. Unless you want to audition for a Real Housewives spinoff, stay away from girls who create more stress than fun.
If we're going to go back to the 1950s on everything else, I think it's only fair that they bring back, I want to be on I suffer as a housewife. Bring back.
Question for the single people out there. I just listened to this guy talking about this is how you lock a girl in, and I want to know how many of you single women would rather have this and how many men would actually do this. So he said, take a girl on a simple date. So instead of doing like a $300 steak dinner for a first date, which I don't feel like many guys even do that anymore, but even if it's $100 dinner or a $200 dinner or experience, whatever, do something simple like coffee and a walk or a hike, whatever. And then a couple days later, Venmo her or Cash App her, like the difference of what it would have been if you would have went on that fancier date.
Excuse me?
Because he said the women will appreciate this more and you'll likely move forward in the relationship faster than if you would have just gone on a normal date, because that's what everyone does. Men, would you do this?
Not gonna happen! No, not gonna happen!
Women, would you prefer this over like an intimate dinner with a guy on a first date? Simple, and then have a surprise that comes later in cash form or a gift certificate. Go get your nails done or whatever. Which would you rather have? I'm so curious. Let me know in the comments.
That guy is catering. Like, why would you cater to what they want? It doesn't make sense, because real, true love is given. It's not taken and also taking from people. That's not love. Collecting funds is not love. And guys that are of higher value are guys that know it's not about that. What do I mean? You'll find guys that are rich who won't spend that much money. Why? It doesn't make sense. That girl is a liability. Why are you dating her? Seriously, if you're a man trying to get further, you would never ever go on a date with a woman like that. Guys looking for the woman who are okay with coffee, who want to get to know me, because that's what it's all about. The first date, coffee. I'm not Venmoing you no difference, Cash Apping you any difference, and no other man is as well.
This might actually upset you, but it's the truth. I am Adele Kelleher, your dating coach BFF. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach, and I've been doing this for years. The best time in your life to start dating is right now, right at this exact moment, with no excuses. Being real in where you are in your life and still wanting to make yourself a priority, that's going to make all the difference in having a healthy relationship down the road as well. Once you're in a relationship, there's no time out. There's no, oh, life is really hard or I'm busy with work. You still have to maintain that relationship. When is the best time to start dating?
Because I have felt guilty in the past for not wanting a nice guy and not feeling like, hey, this is what I should want. I should want this. What is wrong with you? I have felt bad about that. And I want to know, like, are we wrong for not wanting a nice guy?
typically women diss the nice guy.
Yeah.
He's not cool enough. He's not thug enough. He's not swag enough. Yeah, you want to know when women typically go for the nice guy? After their third baby. Later in life, when they value what he has to offer. Wow. But now you got 3 kids. Now you washed up. Everybody done been up in them sugar walls. Now you want a nice guy.
And nice guys aren't hearing it anymore. A guy has dating intuition. Like how women say, I have intuition and know if a guy's cheating. A guy has dating intuition. He knows. He lands him one of the baddest girls around. First thing he's wondering is, how old are you? Why is he thinking that? Because he knows he has to pit up with tons of bodies, right? Why are you coming to the nice guy when you're all used up? It actually defeats the whole purpose of being in a relationship, right? Because you will want that nice guy to get married ASAP. That's how they used to do back in the days. I remember my mom was married at 20. I remember that whole generation, the baby boomers and Generation X, not really Generation X, more so the baby boomers, they were trying to get it together by 20 years old. Lived out their life in their 30s, raised their kids to where their kids were like 20, 25 years younger than them. Now, these women thinking, oh, I have a baby when I'm 35, 40, when they're old and shouldn't be having children. I think the past generation had it figured out. But no, woman thing, feminism figured it out and have a baby when I'm at risk because they have better technology now. They can hold me in the ICU ward for 2 months. So I should have a baby at 40. No, it's ridiculous.
Funny to me how when you start to encourage men to make better dating choices, you'll have women be upset with that. And the conclusion that I have come up with is the reason why women are upset with another woman telling men to make better dating choices is because it no longer justifies their crazy. As long as some women can continue to play the victim to their own decision-making process, because you got to remember something. You chose every man that has hurt you. Well, he hurt me, and the man before that hurt me, and the man before that hurt me, so this is why I'm like that.
Whose fault is that?
It no longer justifies that narrative. Have a nice day.
You don't do my dishes? Wow.
How you such a sweetheart?
She ain't that bad, bro.
What you mean?
I'm not bad enough to get my dishes done?
No, look at these dishes, my nigga.
Look, don't actually, don't show the dishes. But like, look, you know, I fed people yesterday.
Great.
So like,
awesome. Get the cleaning.
Who are you talking to?
I'm sorry.
Exactly. Get the cleaning. No man is taking that just because you're pretty. You got work to do. Get to work.
It took everything in my body to not bite his dick off. We were celebrating my engagement and we were just like, woo, partying, having fun. Like, all got in the car with this cop. Like, he's like, let me take you guys like on a joy run. So like, we all get in this cop car and we spin around town. So we get out and he's like, okay, the bride's turn. And so my friends are all kind of like, go, have fun, whatever. I get into the car with the cop and he stops like down the road and he puts his vest over me, like over my arms, holding them down. He pushes me into the back seat. He starts like lifting up my skirt, trying to like do things to me. All I remember was like kicking the door and the door hitting him and like trying to kick him off of me and being like, no. At one point, his hand was up there. Like, he was like really trying and he was very frustrated. And in that moment, all I remember was like, oh my God, where's his gun? Somehow I got him off of me and I'm crying at that point. I get into the front seat. So he starts speeding down the road and like reaches over and grabs my head and pushes me down and starts opening his pants. And I am literally crying and being like, stop. And I just remember hearing the car like revving like so loudly. Like, I don't know how fast we were going. I was literally literally terrified for my life. It took everything in my body to not bite his dick off, because I literally was like, I don't know what he's gonna do to me. He's like, I gave you a favor, you and your friend's favor, like you have to pay me back.
That's wild. That's wild, but yeah, he's that wrong. I say in that case, there's no defending the police. Now, when they shoot people, there's no defending the police. That there, I don't take the woman's side, but you kind of messed up, bro. Like, this is why men aren't talking to women. Now, you are saying them? God's crazy.
You know, when you get with a guy, if he cannot financially take care of all of your bills, if he cannot keep you in labels, if he cannot get your nails and your hair done and take you on vacation, there really is no point in even being with him. And if you think like this, you're a part of my problem. That is what whores think. That is how prostitutes think. And you grown women are out here raising little bitty miniature prostitutes, talking about run them pockets, see what you can get, not thinking, how about I create myself to a financial security, create myself to a level that I can date who I want to, because money is not an issue. If you're factoring money when you're getting with somebody, you know what you are? You're not a partner, you're a parasite. You're a virus.
That's the thing nowadays. And men are used to it. There are so many parasites out there. Men are just looking for the good ones. If you want to get a man, as women say, pick me things, do those things. Say, I don't know how women want to be taking on these expensive dates. The guy's looking at you like, oh, yeah. Say things the guy wants to hear. Oh, I love it if a guy just takes me to a movie and gets me popcorn and take me on a coffee date and gets to know me, right? Or maybe next day we can go on a coffee date. Say things like that. Say things that turns a guy on financially, right? To where a guy knows that you're not like them. You have to differentiate yourself as a woman. You do. So do whatever you can not to come across like a sprinkle. Or a woman that says, oh, you better not take me to go get coffee. Say, no, take me to get coffee. I want to walk in the park and drink a coffee. That's what women on this side say. When I was interviewing ladies out in Cebu, they're always saying that. Coffee and a walk. And I'm like, wow. But I can understand. I get it. Because they were kind of young. And also, the difference is, it's not even the age, because the young woman where I'm from, oh, give me this, give me that. Young guys are going through it. And the woman here, night and day.
When I was 19, I dated a guy in jail for 6 months. Anyways, one day he asked me for photos, like kind of, photos. So I go to Warehouse Stationery and I print off some photos for him. And it's just like me in a bikini shot. I was young, so it wasn't like the best photos. Like it was back then, different times. But yeah, I had a little bikini on and I showed a little cleavage, a little cheek, whatever. And I sent them through. And then when I called him and I was telling him I sent them through, and he's like, I don't know if they're going to get through because the boys' missus sent photos and they scribbled out all the cleavage and cheek showing with a vivid. But then one day he called me and all the boys were screaming and he was screaming. He's like, we got the photos. They come through like without the vivid. And they were all so excited. I could hear them in the back. I was like, oh, I'm like a party. Fast forward a couple months after that, he got let out. And then I asked him, I was like, oh, where's the photos? And he reckons he sold them to the bro in there.
Not gonna lie, I don't think I have to. Men kind of kill my vibe. Why can you not be my friend? Like, I want a platonic relationship with a man. This is so annoying. Should I cut it off? I want a platonic relationship with a man, but apparently I can't because I'm sorry, I'm cute, okay? That's not my problem. That's not my fault.
It's delusional.
It's so frustrating because I just met this like group of people and this guy was just like, oh, you should invite me to wherever you're going today. Sorry, sir, I really like being alone and I already signed up for this event alone. And I almost sent him the RSVP because he was just, being nice. And then he just had to take it too far. I don't want to talk. I don't understand. I don't know what to do. I'm just, can I just have a male friend for once in my life? I really just want a man who's my friend. It's so frustrating. I'm so frustrated.
She wants guys to volunteer to be in her friend zone. Yeah, you can find maybe one or two guys, but for the most part, most men are not trying to do that. Yeah, let me go meet this woman with nice hips, maybe a booty, right? That's gorgeous, that probably was slobbing this guy's knob yesterday, and be her best friend. Your inside ache when you do things like that. Why? Because you know, like, man, that should be mine. Especially if a guy thinks she's fine. He's not trying to go through a withdrawal for its entire time when he's around you, right? He wants to get to know you in a more intimate way. You should be flattered that men feel that way about you. Like, huh? Like maybe at school, at work, yes, you can have platonic friends there because it's work related. That's different. But meet someone in the street? No, no men are doing that.
Can someone explain to me, like, what happened to all the tall guys out there? And this is no hate to you short kings. Short kings, do your thing. But I get on these dating apps, and I'm 5'6", and most of the guys are, like, close to my height. I'm just confused.
I cannot believe I used to hate men. I swore off men. I said, I'll never date another man again. And now I just baked a man a heart-shaped strawberry cake just because he had a really hard week at work. Like, he is my little angel baby. I will cut every single strawberry into a heart for him if he really wanted to. Oh, I love him so bad.
That's good. That's good. See, that's what happens when a woman can't help but be a woman, right? When she falls in love. It happens to everybody. It's great. But saying you hate all men, why? Just because one guy did you wrong, why? Why do so many do that? They do it continuously and shout it to the mountaintops. And you know what it does for most women? It has guys look at them like, what am I doing? Why even bother? Right? Guys won't even try. And you know what happens to younger guys? Sometimes they'll watch certain things, or they may even watch a video like mine and say, I'm never going to talk to a modern woman, or never talk to a woman. And you're really normal, but your complaints, your bickering you do. You just admitted you bicker too much. No guy's dealing with that. But maybe he was a Chad and you're feeling feminine. He makes you feel a certain way. And that ain't right, because you're not doing that for the everyday man.
And so just to kind of bring it back to Mozzie. Mozzie, we heard you came to Phoenix in a helicopter. Let's take a look at that clip.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. There goes security. Oh my God. Wow. In 4K.
Not when you landed.
In 4K.
He told him, hey, folks, just turn on the jets real quick.
All right, so I saw Uche's hand go up first. Go ahead, Uche.
This is not to disrespect you.
Oh, here we go.
Let me finish. This is not.
Okay, sorry, guys. One person at a time, please. Go ahead,
This is not to disrespect you. But what makes you believe that I should not believe that helicopter was parked and you got in, then recorded yourself getting out, and then got into the car? I thought I was going to see this thing coming from the air, then landing, and then you coming out. You do all this for what? Is it just your lifestyle? Like, that's just who you are? I'm curious.
I'm curious why you even talking to me.
Aren't we on the show? I'm asking a question. Like,
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real, and this is no disrespect. You cannot afford to talk to me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Come on. Bro, you look like a clown. Getting out of a helicopter? You should have kept the old school and pulled up and had a driver open your door to get in the Benz. I mean, I don't know. That's corny too, but you look corny, bro. And I heard this guy's a scammer. I saw a video about it. Like, makes a lot of sense. But bro, you're too loud. If you are doing something, that's just like when I looked at back in the days, like Big Meech just came home and you know why he went in? He was too loud. Just like you always with the black community doing negativity and loud about it. And he's gonna be the next one to go to jail for a lot of years. And then be in jail thinking, what did I do wrong? I showed off too much. Yes. And you trying to impress women and it's not working, bro. It's not.
If you're a woman who has gone through your education, you've dedicated yourself to achieving a degree, you know, your mother's generation wasn't able to achieve this, and you're the first person that's maybe gone to uni or got a bachelor's or got a master's or got a PhD, and then you spend some time in a career grinding away and you now earn 150 grand a year, and you think, right, I'm 31, I'd love to settle down, this would be amazing for me. Where are all of the men at?
Very happily married.
Oh my.
Hang on a second. And what you realize is that not only now are you competing with all of the other increasing cohort of women that are high achievers with status, employment, and education, but you're also competing with a 21-year-old barista who still lives at home with her parents for this small cohort of guys. That requires sympathy for women, okay? That is not a good position for women to be in. At the same time, this huge cohort of sexless men, 30% of men haven't had sex in the last year. 50% of men say that they are not looking for a relationship. You are a man. You have been through your 20s. You know the power of the male drive between the ages of 18 and 30. Can you imagine getting yourself into a situation where you say, I'm not bothered about pursuing women? That is an unbelievably extreme statement for men to make. And they're self-identifying as this in Pew Research data. This isn't on incel forums. This is Pew Research. 50% of men aren't looking for a relationship.
When they say aren't looking for a relationship, do they mean I'm not looking for a woman or I'm not looking for commitment?
And not actively pursuing any kind of interaction with women.
Oh,
casual included.
What?
50%.
It's gotten bad. So many guys, because of the current state of the date market, have given up. And I hate to see it. You know, women say what they say, but at least try, right? But still, you got to look at it. When 10% of the men get all of the women, it's hard. And guys know that. And guys know they can't meet the standards of today's woman. There will always be women that will give in, that will not just give in, I'm saying it wrong, that are normal, right? But it's hard to find them. I think those normal women need to shout to the mountaintops. Seriously. Let's say, I'm here. I'm looking. I'm not like this. We need more women setting themselves apart because men just don't have the confidence at all. And they're young. And it's leading to a sexless future. And think about it. By 2030, it's even said that most women are going to be the same as men. So we're going to have a bunch of women not getting married, a bunch of men not pursuing trying to marry. The date market is going to crap, and it's going in a rapid speed. It's sad.
You are 5'2". What do you even need a man that's over 6 foot for anyway? Now let's talk about it, because that's why that man got on that podcast and said that he's a top tier high value man because he's 6'5" and makes over $100,000 a year. It's time to start dating outside of your comfort zone, because your comfort zone has gotten you nowhere. It's time for us to start emphasizing the things that actually matter, like his moral compass, who he comes from, where he comes from, the type of men that he has in his life and how they treat the women in his life. You need to see if he has a provider mentality. What's his career path looking like? Is he ambitious? Is he driven? Y'all have emphasized the wrong stuff so much that now these men think that all they have to be is 6'5" and make over $100,000 a year to be a top tier man. And that's nobody's fault but yours. You can't get on here and keep complaining about the dating pool being terrible when you've only dated within this one marginalized group of men.
Yeah. And that's what's happened. They've created the date market and made it toxic. Men didn't do that. Men didn't say, oh, you have to be 6'5". Woman did. By choosing that, you have to be 6'5", make over 100,000. So what did that do? That limited. So many men feel lonely. There's other guys out there like me that get it in and get in with it, fit in. But so many guys who are not old enough to understand you can make it. You can make it, young man. Now, most guys don't understand that. So we have these women who are small, not accountable at all, want those guys. And it's really only for one thing. And they don't want to do that too, right? have the babies. Like, you find a bunch of them just having, sometimes just trying to set up a situation to where they're good in their future. But who does it really benefit? It's not benefiting you because you're not getting these men. These men are pumping and dumping you. So who is it benefiting? These men that you're chasing are never settling. So you're back to square one all the time. And you're the same woman that's running to get your eggs frozen, 30 years old, and realize, wow, I have no man, doing the same thing, running in circles. And what do I call that? I call it insanity, also retardation. When you do the same thing, but expect different results. And most modern women are like that. That's what most guys realize. It's definitely more to life than dealing with a woman that thinks like that.
Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.